Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. Are you new to flash photography? Have you just picked up your first flash, or have you had one for a while but you're not sure how to use it? Well, with the help of professional photographer Lerner, we have created a 3-hour comprehensive video guide that is going to finally unlock the mystery of flash photography. With our combined years of flash experience, we're going to cut down the learning curve to understanding the fundamentals of flash photography to days, not months or years. So what are we going to cover in this guide? We are going to cover everything from how to set up a basic flash kit to how to trigger your flash, as well as help you fully understand how shutter speed, ISO, and aperture all affect your flash exposure. For the detailed table of contents, please see below, as we will be covering a ton of stuff. This guide is going to give you the confidence to take out your flash in any situation and quickly build the proper exposure using the fundamentals and tricks that we use every day. We don't just sit here and tell you how to do things, we demonstrate. You get to join us on real-world photo shoots both in the studio and out on location, where we take you through the process from the first test exposure to the proper exposure. We're going to demonstrate some amazing things that you can do with flash photography. You're just going to have to see it to believe it. So if you'd like to purchase this guide, you can do so down below as a digital download or DVD. And if you decide to pick it up today, I'm going to include a free copy of the Flash Photography Field Guide. So let's take a sneak peek inside. So let's look at something again that's very basic. It's the flash to subject distance. Adam, what do we have set up?
Well, what we've done is we've put the camera on the tripod. We're going to put you, our subject, on a stool over here, and we've got our light on a stick. And the whole purpose of this is that the subject and the camera are not going to change position.
And the exposure is all going to stay the same.
Exactly. All we're going to do is we're going to change the flash to subject distance by moving our light source either farther or closer to our subject.
All right, so what we've done, we've already locked in our settings. This is just to show you what's going to happen when I sit here, the camera stays there, and then the flash moves. So let's see it.
All right, let's do it.
So let's start off with that perfect exposure here.
Perfect. All right, that's a really nice exposure. So let's see what happens when we move our light around. And I'm going to put it right on top of you practically.
And pretty much we know that it's going to be more powerful because it's closer.
Well, let's see what happens. Wow. So what's happened now is that all the highlights are blown out on your face. So now let's go something really extreme. And we'll take this thing and we'll just put it on back here. And we'll make sure it's facing you. There we go. Okay. And same type of deal. All right. So we've got a dark exposure.
So now we want to demonstrate something that's pretty cool. We want to take a white background and show you what's going to happen as we move just the subject and the flash at the same intervals from the background. We want to try to get it from white to gray to almost totally dark. This is something that you guys will be able to do with any type of background at home if you have that type of distance. So we're going to do this. We have our settings locked in. We're going to go over how we arrived at those after we take these sample shots, because right now we're focused on how to get that background to change from white to dark. So Adam, let's go and do this.
Okay. And like Jared said, the cool thing about this is that our exposure is going to remain constant throughout this entire shoot. Okay. Great. And look at that. We've got almost a pure white background.
All right, so it's white, and that's going to come in handy for taking portraits. It's clean. You want to find something like that. It's great for a model. But what's going to happen when we move and we want to get something maybe not so white? We want it off-white. What do we need to change? And if we're not changing anything other than our distance, what's going to happen?
So keeping the exposure the same, why don't we move away from our background?
All right, so let's move this. We already have what we think we're going to do.
Okay, right here to camera. Great. And look at that. We've got what appears to be kind of a medium gray background.
As we continue with the very basics of flash exposure, we're at Aperture, trying to figure out what Aperture is going to control in terms of flash photography and just figuring all this out. Adam, what do we have for us?
Well, Aperture is going to control the amount of light coming into the camera. And right now, we've got this huge light source behind us over here. We're going to be shooting into that light source, and we're going to see what we can do with Aperture to try to control that light source.
So in most situations, they tell us never to shoot into the light, like the sun, never have the sun at the subject's back and shoot into it. In this case, the flash is going to save us?
Absolutely, because we're going to stop down that sunlight, and then we're going to throw some flash onto the subject to light them real nice.
All just by changing the aperture?
All just by changing the aperture.
All right, I believe you. Let's try and make it happen.
Okay, here we go.
So the sun is behind me.
Yep.
In essence.
Exactly. Take a small step to your left. Perfect. And we are going to start this off at F4. All right, here we go. Wow. So here we have an incredibly overexposed image.
So it's really, really bright, not just because of the background, but because of the flash.
Right.
So the light is, the sun's there, but the flash is there. We can see, well, it's not close, but it's not that far off.
Well, what's happening is the sun is just burning all the highlights. There's no detail over there. And I want the detail of that incredible mane of hair that you have there. So what am I going to do? I want to limit the amount of light coming to my camera. And in order to do that, I'm going to close down my aperture.
So you go from F4 to, what are we going to, F8 next?
Let's try F8.
So we're going to go to F8. That's going to let less light in.
Wow. That's a really cool exposure.
Adam, what a fantastic day we had here at Steam shooting. We covered so many different options that you can do with just a simple flash, an umbrella, and a stand. What'd you think of today?
I think we got so much accomplished. I feel really good about it. We went from all different kinds of portraits, from headshots to environmental portraits, and we mixed it all up. Really cool.
And they even threw at us a monkey wrench. We didn't know what we were going to do. It was a little tough to figure out, but we made it happen. We blew out that background and made those photos great. It was a lot of fun, and I think that everybody watching this is really going to get into the mentality of what they need to do with flash photography.
Absolutely. That as much as you want to know your settings, you also have to be flexible. You have to roll with it. You have to be patient, take your time, and most importantly, have fun.
That's right. Shoot, have fun, move on, and that's what it's all about. Adam, let's get out of here.
Exactly. If I wanted to shoot that light, let's say across the room to do a hair light on somebody, I would zoom it all the way out. But when I want to shoot it into a big modifier like this, I want this to be a nice widespread.
Very cool. So why don't we start shooting and see how it looks?
Okay.
All right, Ed, so we just changed the light. We flipped it around. We didn't like how it was bouncing in there. So let's get some sample shots to see how this works.
All right, let's fire one off. So Maria, if you don't mind, get back into position. There you go. You're excited.
Perfect.
And
you're looking right at us.
You're looking right at us. You're making contact with us. Okay, and right to camera. Great.
I see there's a major difference. Now that you flipped it around, it looks so much softer, so much better. Oh, the one thing I noticed is that when she's reaching in, we kind of cut her wrist off. I didn't actually, I can't say we. It was kind of you're the one shooting it. But you cut her wrist off, so there's no context there.
Right. You know, one thing I want to do, right before we even get into the whole context, I'm noticing that there's some ambient still mixing into our frame. That's probably the last piece of this puzzle to get our exposure right. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm at a 40th of a second. I'm just going to bump my shutter speed up to an 80th of a second. I'm thinking about that speed, we're going to kill that ambient.
I hope you enjoyed that sneak peek inside this flash guide. I'm really looking forward to getting this information into your hands. So don't forget that you can purchase it down below as a digital download or DVD. And if you buy today, I'm going to include a free copy of the Flash Photography Field Guide. So thank you guys very much for your time. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.